Hello, I am Vivian McGrath from vivianmcgrath.com, and today I want to talk about three reasons why high-value women stay stuck, particularly in toxic relationships in which they're unloved, used, feel taken advantage of. You know, a woman I was speaking to the other day said to me that she was so much more capable than the career that she was in, that the relationships she was experiencing. And she described them to me. She said, my mother treats me like a servant, yet I cave into all her needs. Her last boyfriend wanted the same. He wanted a mother to just look after him. Her bosses disrespected her and dumped all of their disorganization and chaos onto her and made her responsible to work endless hours to fix them. And friends just seemed to only be friends when she had something to give them, but she got absolutely nothing in return. And she described it as, it was as if I was the bank for life of everybody around me. And it was a very empty place to be because she felt used, she felt unvalidated, unloved, and taken advantage of, and a lot of frustration around it. But she confessed to me that part of herself was keeping it that way, which was an incredibly brilliant confession. And I wanted to talk about this today because we do play a role in being stuck. You know, I was like that. I was a martyr. I was like the best martyr in the world to everybody around me. You know, I would be the go-to agony aunt for all of my friends and they would bring me their problems and I would solve them all. And then when they had my advice, they'd go away and I'd think, well, what about me? And in relationships, I kept being in these unavailable, emotionally unavailable, toxic, and in the end, abusive relationships in which I put everything of myself into that relationship and got nothing in return. And I couldn't understand why it was that I was trapped there and repeating this pattern over and over and over again until I realized what was going on. So the three reasons why high-value women stay stuck in these patterns that hurt them and actually play a role in it is because, firstly, chaos is normal. I thrived in chaos, and I was always in emotional roller coaster relationships. It was, my life was a drama and I thrived in that. It was no wonder that my first job was as a news reporter because I thrived in the chaos and drama of the newsroom, you know, and that was my normal state. And it made me feel alive. And fixing everybody's problems and solving the world's dramas made me feel wanted, needed, and alive. And that need to be needed was crucial. It was what I realized. I realized that being still was very, very hard. And I found that out the hard way because when I left the completely chaotic, crazy relationship with a violent, toxic, abusive ex, I was still for the first time. For years, I'd focused on trying to rescue him, fix him, heal his damaged soul, that I didn't focus on myself. And when I left that relationship, I was still for the first time, and man, I've never felt pain like it, because in that stillness, every emotion I could think of came pouring out of me: anger, loneliness, fear, frustration, you name it, everything came up, and it absolutely overwhelmed me. It was so painful because there was no distraction from it. And I realized that I had suppressed these emotions all my life. While I was fixing everybody else, I was distracted. I didn't have to feel. I was numb. And that chaos and drama enabled me to be numb, which brings me to my second reason. The second reason is that being a martyr is the perfect place to hide. You know, while you're busy rescuing and fixing everybody else, you you can hide from the fact that actually it's you that needs fixing and rescuing, because what's going on inside you is a lot of fear. I'm not good enough. I'm not lovable. I'm not worthy. If people find out who I really am, they're going to abandon me. And that is what I'm terrified of. It hurts. And so what happens is you externalize all that to the outside, and you project it to the outside world. And guess what you reflect back to you, what you attract back to you is exactly that. You attract people who are chaotic. They're chaotic inside. They're damaged. They're broken. They need fixing. You attract them to you, and you make them your project, your Mrs. Fix-It project. Because while you are fixing them and you need to be needed by everybody else, it makes you feel safe. It gives you stability, because if they need me to fix them, then they're not going to leave me. And we lie to ourselves. It's like we're saying, oh, this person is so damaged, they need me to save them. While we're the rescuer and the savior, we're lying to ourselves. We're saying, nothing to see here. I'm good. I'm great. I'm holier than thou. I'm better than everybody else. They need me. And it's a complete lie to yourself. And it's a way of running and anesthetizing, suppressing everything that you fear inside. The third is that the emotional payoff is worth it. And this is a really, really important thing, because so many women come to me who say, I'm tired of this. I am tired of, I know intellectually, I'm tired of people pleasing. I people please people I don't even like. I go the extra mile for people who just, I don't like. Why do I do that? Why do I keep rescuing a relationship that I know it hurts me? Why do I keep accepting crumbs of just not even fulfilling attention in a hot and cold relationship? And what I say is because the payoff is worth it. You emotionally are not ready to get out from behind that dysfunctional martyr role, because it's easier to stay stuck than admit the truth that actually there's a damaged little girl inside you who doesn't feel good enough, feels unworthy, feels unlovable, and needs fixing herself, let alone face the pain. That when you take your focus off rescuing, fixing, and saving everybody else, and it's time to be still and open that box that you have suppressed and slammed shut all your life, facing that pain is so frightening to you and so painful. When it starts to come up, you think, oh, I've got it. Who can I fix now? Because this is too scary. It's too painful. And all those feelings are, I'm not good enough. I feel shame. I feel guilt. I feel unworthy. All that. Put in the comments below, this is you. The payoff is worth it to keep that suppressed. Therefore, you stay stuck there. That's what happens. You go in that loop. But the longer you suppress and ignore your needs, the more used and unworthy you're going to feel, because the more years that you feel unworthy and unlovable, the more you will keep attracting men or women who will use you and treat you like a doormat and wipe their boots all over you while they're at it. You know, it will keep happening, that you will attract guys who will want you to fix their chaos, their drama, their damage, their problems. And then, by the way, will just abandon you when you realize you've given too much and go and find the next woman who's going to save and rescue and fix them. You know, that's that cycle. And you'll stay stuck in that really despairing, depressing loop of one toxic relationship after another, and that frustration of people taking advantage of you at work, in friendships, whatever, family even. And you just feel empty and alone. Pearl says, this sounds like what I've done and been. Well, worse, what happens is that the longer you hide from yourself and stay in that martyr role, because that's your place to hide, the more you will become that high value woman who devalues herself. Because the more you get used and abused, the more frustration you'll feel, the more angry you'll get, the more unworthy and unlovable you'll feel, because you keep attracting it over and over and over again. And it just, you spiral downwards. And then everyone devalues you. And the more angry you get, the more frustrated, the more you put this wall around you or lash out in frustration. And then what happens is even worse. You push anyone who might be good away. So if you are sick and tired of this, I know you might intellectually know this is happening, but it's not enough, because so many women come to me saying, I know this, I'm tired of it. But when I say to them, are you ready? Are you really ready to face the truth and admit to yourself that you play a role in this? Because the emotional payoff of being a martyr is worth it to hide from the pain and fear and insecurity you feel. Are you really ready to face that? Because this is not about me. I know I can help and fix many of you who are at that place, but I can't until you are ready to say, I have had enough. I am tired of hiding from myself. I'm tired of using that martyr role and getting a payoff from it. And if you are, then I want you to watch my free webinar, because in that, it's how to recover from toxic relationships, fall back in love with your life, and never settle for less than you deserve again. Because in that webinar, I give you the 5 simple steps that you need to take. And the first step you need to do, the 5 simple steps, that you need to take that really explain, firstly, that shame cycle that's subconscious, that leads you to become that martyr and get an emotional payoff from it. In that webinar, I really, really explain that in depth so that you can see what's happening and why. And secondly, the 5 simple steps that you need to take to start taking action towards shifting it and breaking that pattern. So I've put that link in the description below. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can also join my Facebook group. The link is there as well. And if you're on YouTube, please do like and subscribe, ring the bell, because I come in here very, very regularly every single week and I do these live videos. So do take action. You know, you can be paralyzed in that state of feeling alive in drama. Feeling chaos and drama makes you feel alive. You can stay stuck in that need to be needed by everybody and feeling like, oh, I feel great because everybody needs me. You can get stuck there because it is your safe comfort blanket. And if you want to stay stuck there, that's your choice. I'm not here to convince you to get out of suffering or convince you to get out of your comfort zone, because only you can know when the pain of staying stuck there has now become too great than the fear of taking the first steps to feel those feelings. Stop suppressing them and take your steps towards healing. So if you are that person who is absolutely ready to be accountable, that you do play a role here, ready to stop lying to yourself, ready to stop hiding, then you're the woman I'm looking for, because then I can help you change your life. So if that's you, do watch that webinar. And at the end of that webinar, I can tell you how to book a free call with me, and we can really give you the steps to show you how to heal. So thank you for joining me. Pearl, I would advise you, you say, I don't want to be someone's mother or coach. I want to attract a man who is great or strong. Strong. Let me tell you this, and I'm going to do another video on this in the days to come. It is not about attracting. It's not about attracting a man who is great and strong. It's about reflecting out who you want to bring into your life. And by that I mean, if you are the martyr, if you are the person who is fixing, Mrs. Fix-It, rescuing, saving, then guess who you are going to attract? Because you are reflecting out somebody who needs to be needed. So guess who's going to come to your life? Somebody who wants a mum, a coach, a doormat to wipe their boots on. It's the other way. If you can have the courage to admit that there is a part of me that feels not good enough, not lovable, not worthy, and you can heal those deep inner wounds that you don't even know are there right from your childhood. If you can do that and rebuild yourself from the inside out, reflect out a woman, a high-value woman who values herself and has strong boundaries, then you will bring into your life only those men who value themselves and value you. Does that make sense? I will do a whole nother video on that in the days to come. So do subscribe to my YouTube channel, ring the bell, because then you'll be notified when I do that one in depth. I'm going to do, because that's a whole topic in itself, Pearl. So yes, I would advise you to watch that webinar, Secret Glow. The webinar is in the description below. So in fact, what I'll do is I'll put it right now in the comments. Just bear with me. Here we go. I'm going to put that in the comments so you can also see that. There we go. I can't put it on screen because, that didn't, yeah. I can't put it on screen because it's a little bit, the link's a bit too complicated. So have a look in the comments or the description below. And thank you for joining me. It's really been great to, I don't know what happened there. Something happened there. Can you see that the person named Secret Glow? Can you see the link in the comments below? Is that coming up? It is. Great. Fantastic. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me, guys. And I hope to see you in that webinar, and I'll see you on my next live video very soon. Bye for now.